Yeah, thanks. I'm just reflecting, even just in the past week, I got called. I get called regularly. I get emails regularly. Actually, calls a lot less. So that's kind of point one. Is I think people still rely excessively on emails and not enough calls. I can't remember the last time someone booked a meeting with me off of an email.
I think there's a fine balance between listening, right, and being professionally persistent, if you will, right? A lot of times what's interesting with the ambush call, cold call, whatever you want to call it, call you out of the blue, whatever, is people, the problem is you, right? They weren't expecting your call. And when sales reps embrace that and just own up to it, it helps to kind of alleviate instead of, hey, I was stalking, I don't give a crap. Who are you? Like, what is it? Right. Yeah. So just go ahead and throw it out there in the beginning, throw yourself under the bus, admit you're the problem, right? And then just get to it. We essentially take high producers and move them from sitting fat and happy and hitting numbers every quarter to literally dominating the market. And that's a yes, literally. That's it. That's where we leave it.
Wouldn't it be awesome to get those Jeremy Donovanisms in their ear? We call it like a whisper. As outreach pops up, the first thing that a green rep that has no idea what outreach does better, they can get a question sent to them directly that says, question, when a problem goes wrong in outreach, how is that customer service? What's that experience like?
I'd really like to just kick off by getting to know you and what matters most to you at the moment. Tell me more about your role, because it could mean so much to different people, and what are the key challenges that you're facing at the moment?
I don't know. I'm very data driven, as you probably discovered. So I'm curious if you've got any data that would tell me whether or not, gifting actually increases conversion rates versus not. Have you guys ever done any A/B testing like that? One of our most successful internal things is that we have this thing called Op Notifier, again, just internal tech. And every morning it sends out to our CRO and a bunch of our sales leaders what the forecast change was overnight, as well as what ops kind of moved in and out that impacted the forecast.
So imagine being able to consolidate all the systems. I'm sure you've heard of system or tool overload in the last 6 months. Being able to circulate anything that's important down to the individual team or group.
According to McKinsey and Company, over 90% of sales are actually being done digitally today. And what's happening is go-to-market teams are under more pressure than ever to create a wowing demo experience while also making sure their demos aren't breaking on live calls. And it's actually funny, I saw a report from G2 recently that over 71% of respondents had reported technical malfunctions or blips happening in their calls, which has led to prospects becoming distrusting of their solution.
I guess one thing I'd be concerned about, right, is we have regular quarterly feature releases, but we also have lots of interim releases. How do you make sure that things stay in sync over time? She also assumed kind of, positive things like, assume I'm hitting my numbers and so on. I thought she had a really clear sort of statement of the why. And I hinted at this when I was doing the preview, which is I'm using this framework in my own mind, and you don't have to pitch to me in that order, but the framework is for whom, to what, so that why by means of how, and that's kind of what I was filling out. And if you hit those elements, then you kind of quote unquote scored well with me. So I got the why right off the bat, which is take your high performers and make them dominant in the market, which I thought was powerful. I got the what, the no code demo platform, the why. Especially the quantitative why. You were the only one who did that. I really appreciated that. The 7 to 10% uplift in the 2.5 weeks shorter uplift on conversion rate in 2.5 weeks shorter sales cycle. My only constructive thing there was in the beginning. It was like, if you contrast you and Cheryl, she was much more conversational, and you were a little more like rigid and rehearsed. But that went away quickly. It was just at the very beginning. Cheryl, Ryan, and Robert, if I said your name, you are not eliminated. You are still on the island. You may still dance. You don't have to dance for your life, whatever. Right. Okay, so the machines will not get rid of the humans. Got it. Okay. All right, William, you saved yourself there.